What's going on, YouTube? So today I have my Pentax K1000, and I really wanted to discuss the value of utilizing a film camera. And this comes from my personal opinion. I think that everybody should have one of these and shoot with it, every so often. It keeps your skills sharp. I started out with this. Not this exact one, but a film camera. Now, the thing that I do have to say about this, so for everybody that obviously shoots digital, and we're adjusting ISO all the time, so on this, it's called ASA, which is your ISO. It was the term used in the 70s and 80s, but once you're set to your roll of film, that's it. There is no more adjusting it. Everything's done by your f-stop and your shutter speed. So whatever you choose to shoot on, and your film will come with what ISO it's supposed to be shot on. Now obviously you can adjust that. I would suggest playing with it and really seeing. But the advantage to this is it really helps you hone the skills of not being able to. I believe this roll of film was 24 shots. And there's something about only having 24 shots that really helps to make your shots count. It's not a digital camera where you just hold down the button and it goes to town. You have to really choose what you want to shoot. There's not any editing that you can do besides obviously if you have your own dark room and you underexpose or overexpose, so on and so forth. But what you shoot is what you get. There is no go back button. You can't shoot, you can shoot one, refocus, do everything else, but if it's too dark, it's too dark. You can try to overexpose it. Now, let's talk about this in a general sense. I shoot all black and white. I don't use color film. I don't like it. I think a film camera should be black and white. That's just my personal opinion, and that's how I shoot. With that being said, this has taught me more than I think anything else. Learning how to adjust your f-stop and your shutter speed to get that perfect exposure. Now, once again, with anything, a light meter is a light meter. It can be wrong. The nice thing about this is you get to learn what your camera does. And this is absolutely 100% amazing results when you have them developed and your photo comes out in an amazing photo. It's hard to explain if you've never gotten to use this. This was my favorite thing to shoot, and it still is. I love my digital camera. I do. But let me tell you, there is something about snapping a picture with this thing and seeing the finished result. You know, if you're cocked off to an angle, there's no editing in Photoshop. That what you see is what you get, as I've said. But this thing is absolutely 100% my biggest teacher. Now, I have a bunch of different lenses. I actually have a 50, which is what I mostly shoot on with my digital camera. Let me put this down for a second. So, you're framing with this camera. I mean, you can crop it, you can cut it, but that's all you get. You have a negative and you have the print, and that's it. So with that being said, this camera will really give you what you are doing wrong. This camera will not lie to you. It will not. That camera is 100% the most amazing teacher you will ever find. Nothing can teach you more than that camera can. And it's a pain in the ass. I will not lie. I have had many photos come out blurry that I thought were going to be the best photos in the world. But I screwed up. And when you screw up, you learn from that mistake, and it translates into your digital photo. You can sit there and really come together and create a beautiful image, and then go into Lightroom and really get it done, and oh my God, it looks so good. But imagine those photographers that you look back and you see their work from the 70s and 80s, and even before that. I mean, look at the images they caught with that and earlier cameras. I mean, it's amazing. Like I said, this is all my personal opinion of what I think, but if you're going to sit there and you're going to try and say you're struggling, you're just not getting what you think you should, if you have a film camera, use it. I bought 3 rolls of film off of Amazon for less than $20. And I have to say it was probably the best investment I have ever made. And I still buy film to this day. I love shooting with my film camera. It's just something I can't really explain. There's a couple other things that I really wanted to touch on, but you know, the number one is you get one shot. Just one. You press the shutter button. That's it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's your photo. Your f-stop has to be on point. Your shutter speed, on point. There is no digitally enhancing the photo afterwards. Sure, there's scanners now and you can upload it and so on and so forth. But if you don't want to lie to yourself, that camera's the way to go. That camera will teach you the right and wrong way of you doing things. So, with that being said, now there's plenty of different ways of photos and doing photos, taking photos, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, are you satisfied with your photo? You know, when I put a image into Lightroom and I start playing around with it, before that I looked at that photo and I was like, man, is that something that I would, you know, that I really want to send out to the world, even before I touch it? Because 99% of the time, that's what I'm basing my photo off of. Is it film quality? Is it that one shot And don't get me wrong, I press the shutter button and let it rock. And, you know, sometimes that it works out. You catch that moment. That one singular moment that you're looking for. But does it have everything? Was it a proper exposure? Was it everything that you needed? That is a full manual camera. Now, the question that I have, how many of y'all shoot manual on your digital cameras? I do sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I shoot AV, I shoot TV, and then sometimes I'll shoot manual, depending on what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, I try to strive to make sure that that photo, even before I start editing it, is what I'm looking for. I don't like to edit a bad photo. Sure, you can make a bad photo into a great photo. And you can turn a good photo into a bad photo as well, but that's for another time and another video. But with this, you can really hone those skills of seeing what you have created. Once again, I'm going to leave everybody on this. That is my personal opinion. If you think I'm right, great. If you think I'm wrong, great. But in my mind, being able to take that camera and get a perfect shot is the most amazing feeling. It is. It really, really is. I love every moment of it, and I've just always loved film. I don't know why that is. But on that note, I'm not going to take up any of your guys' time. Thank you for watching this. I really enjoy y'all subscribing, liking. Y'all are really helping out the channel. Like I said, I'm going to make some more videos, so we'll have some more content to go over. Other than that, oh, by the way, it's actually starting to get cool in Texas.